Hello, everybody. This is going to be a review about my Mindfulness Coloring Pages Edition 2 book. This project was almost 3 years and it has 66 pages, so I won't stop for each page. Simply pause it and then you can read through text if you like to. Thank you so much. Links are going to be in the YouTube description if you want to purchase a physical copy or an ebook PDF available on Etsy. Thank you so much. All I want to say about this page is I'm not from the hood, but for the hood, and I give thanks to on site in the Downtown Eastside, especially Oppenheimer Park and the community down there. I've learned so much by just listening. Thank you, guys. Emoticon introduction, really important. Here you can see how I start to change words into emoticons, grudges, assumptions, negative emoticons, etc., etc., etc. My favorite Buddhist quotes about the mind, which are in line with this book. Buddhist psychology is science of the mind. If you study Buddhist psychology, you become over time the judge of your own mind, emotions, thinking, etc., etc. That's why I gave myself this wig. Really powerful picture as well. The Buddhist pinball machine, life is suffering, etc. Pretty cool, very funny as well. The benefits of mindfulness clearly visible in one picture. This is a really powerful illustration, which I want to elaborate a little bit on. You can see the emoticons here. The person is suffering without mindfulness. Person not suffering with mindfulness. Let's say a little bit less suffering. We still suffer here and there. Life is suffering, right? You can't deny that. Definition of skillful thinking, pretty powerful. Here you can see it again, skillful thinking, unskillful thinking. The emoticon rating system, it works. Here I illustrated the gut-brain barrier, which was important to me. Creating medicine art without judgment. Transforming stress, disease into medicine. Creating positive emoticons and how they turn into negative emoticons if you don't deal with what's happening in your life. My emoticon rating system, it works. It's simple, it's easy to do. Try it out. Here I'm illustrating the self-soothing, addictive emoticons, which are always around the unskillful emoticons. The negative emoticons, basically. My visual self-evaluation with emoticons works. It's simple to use, it's quick to use, and you can see instantly your bad habits, basically, and why you feel sick or bad, etc., etc. Yeah, the hourglass. Humans are like funnels, aren't they? Like sponges as well, where you pour whatever during the day into them, and that's going to be affecting your life. An invitation to watch your thoughts like a bad movie, to watch your anxiety like a movie just passing by. Yeah, everything is impermanent. Numbing emotional pain. Here I'm quoting Valerie Mason John, and I illustrated her text where she basically describes pain as like a ball you push down the water and it creates more suffering. Pretty awesome book. Worth reading. Oh, I have it right here. It's how the book looks like. I'm using it in my practice. Thank you so much for gifting it to me. The depth behind a simple question. I'm not really a fan of how are you. Suppressed emotions running our lives. Here I'm quoting Gabor Mate. Broken heart emoticons. Could be more to write about, but I decided I'd just leave it as that. Maybe for the next edition. Here I illustrated emotional eating. And yeah, you can see how the hearts, the food, self-soothe the pain inside us, right? Very powerful. Compulsion. A lot of people resonate with this one. Racing thoughts versus mindfulness safety ring. That's how I feel when I look at Buddhist psychology, mindfulness. Yeah, it's really helpful in my life, at least. If you're still drowning in your own thoughts, you don't practice mindfulness. Mindfulness can help you with that. Well, unskillful smarty. The phones are definitely useful for many things, but often we use it and punish ourselves. We compare ourselves with people who are prettier, richer, fitter, etc., etc., etc. Smartphones are not bad, don't get me wrong, but the people who are using them often don't use them correctly in a way that they compare themselves constantly, which is not good for our self-esteem and self-confidence. The smarty characters. Very powerful illustration. I love this one. Here you can see through meditation and breathing how those emoticons get destroyed through grounding exercise and the breath. Yeah. Self-reflection and invitation to basically write your own thoughts in here, not draw them. Yeah. Reacting skillfully with a breath equals less suffering. Really powerful. Don't pull the trigger. Inspired by a video from Dr. Gabor Mate, you decide how you feel on YouTube. Pretty powerful. Be mindful with your words around children. Quoting also Gabor Mate and Neufeld G. Very, very powerful. This illustration, many people shared with me how this was very helpful to them to realize that their mind is really no joke, and that sitting with the mind really can help to diminish the danger of it. Unskillful actions, skillful actions. Words are becoming like bullets. Melting shame. Also inspired by Gabor Mate. Your thoughts can imprison you in your own past. How you empower people basically who don't care about you if you carry on with their bad legacy about what they think about you, etc., right? Yeah, definitely very relevant to the folks in the Downtown Eastside. So many people, because they didn't have nourishing parents, still suffer nowadays and not picking up their gifts and their skills because they think they suck. Yeah. Long-term damage. Another interactive page. You can always see them when the icon is on top on the left. Personifying 2 grudges for yourself. Visualize and draw your own grudges to see the monsters you are up against in my TherRT session. TherRT is my own term because I'm a thera artist, meaning that I use a lot of art, music, and counseling for therapy. Yeah. Forgiveness, very powerful. Another interactive page, personifying anger for you. Visualize and draw your own anger. Give it a face and a name, etc. Something I have done in my expressive art therapy sessions many times with people where I use collage and everything else. Yeah, very powerful. Check it out. Another really powerful illustration, which was inspired by going through Gabor Mate's course, the CI course. which I highly recommend. And there I'm writing basically about it. Yeah, very powerful illustration. Another very old illustration. That's an finger character basically, because we were always wanting this and that and this and that, and that's basically the addictive mind, always wanting and needing, constantly unsatisfied. What would you tell your mind in this case? If it's a dog, you can see the untrained mind here going over the cliff with everything, and the trained mind knowing how not to go over the cliff. Another really cool illustration inspired by Gabor Mate. This illustration was inspired by someone I worked with experiencing basically a psychotic breakdown, and the up and down of the person wanting to smoke cigarettes, drinking and texting, and not being able to sit at all. And here I brought in my own gist. This was inspired by also Gabor Mate, where he says, healing comes from the capacity to hold your emotional pain without external resources. And I just added my own wisdom as an art therapist, which is very valuable for you to self express. Buddhist psychology is no joke. The mind is often the last thing which people experience their own thoughts before they attempt suicide, right? So, really powerful here. Mindful eating, something I started with as a youngster. If you cannot meditate, I understand. Just start with mindfulness in other areas. Stress with mindfulness, also very powerful. Craving mind versus time and impermanence. You can basically draw your craving mind here. I'm inviting you. Yeah, that's how it looks. Sitting versus physical distraction. Physical distraction is definitely necessary, especially in recovery, but also sitting as well. Yeah, just some thoughts about that and relapsing. Train of thoughts, very powerful. You can see here, pushing a grenade, thinking of all the years I've lived. Where are my grudges? What can I work with next, etc., etc. Find Your Medicine, another interactive page where I just ask you to write and review your life, etc., etc. Really powerful too, inspired by my education in expressive art therapy. Emotional breakdown equals breakthrough. Very powerful illustration. I really love this one. You can get it in my online shop, by the way. Link is in the YouTube description. A question I often ask in my groups: can we apply mindfulness everywhere? Question mark. Guess each mindfulness picture. Yeah, just fun. Just fun. Be mindful in traffic, mindful when you slam your doors, etc. And we're coming to the end. Before you hit rock bottom, Buddhist psychology / mindfulness will help you definitely to pull the parachute before you hit rock bottom. Take good care of yourself. This picture is also very deep. Each line represents 5 years where we need to change our self-care. The last 3 characters at the end of the road symbolize 3 significant fears: the fear of death, the fear of the unknown, and the fear of rejection and failure. Pedaling for your donation for my Throw It From the Heart campaign, Frisbees for Mental Health for Oppenheimer Park. Please read through it. Thank you so much. This is for people who love my work, who are in support of my work. You can simply cut this out, pop it up in your office, and yeah, support me. There is going to be a link for my work, and that's how you support me basically. And make sure you color it, of course, right? Yes, yeah. So we are at the end. 65. Purchase my art and music or donate to my GoFundMe, support my volunteer work and sliding scale offer to people in need. Thank you so much for checking this out as well. And I want to honor my references here as well, expressing my gratitude to my favorite authors, storytellers, and teachers who inspire me on my journey as a counselor and in illustrating mindfulness therapy and mental health. Thank you so much. Yeah, you can go through all those books if you like. They really inspired me for this book, and they are great books. Just check them out. This is me being burned out after illustrating this work. It was a lot of work. Thank you so much for purchasing it. Thank you so much for checking out the link in the YouTube description on how to get the book. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.